Has Nintendo picked speed over bronze? All this and more coming on the Mr. L Live 08 show. What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. L Live 08, and today I wanted to talk about the Wii U. Has the Wii picked speed over bronze? And what I mean by speed is that it's easy for developers to put their game and port their games over to the Wii U than it would be to the Xbox 360 and the PS3. It will be easy for developers to develop their games on the Wii U versus developing on the Xbox 360 or the PS3. Now listen to this. Now it will be easier for developers to develop their games on the Wii U versus you developing your game on the Xbox 720 and the PS4. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Nintendo recognized, they're not going to put a ultra system out. It's not going to happen from Nintendo. So all you guys that want to sit up here and say, Nintendo's going to have an ultra powerful system, they don't need to do that. If you go along and you look at the specs, and the specs are out there for all the, the spec people that are out there. If you look hard enough, the specs are out there. It's gonna be running that on the GPU side. It's gonna be running the E6760. That chip only runs 35 watts of power. Easily 35 watts. That's low power. But far as the benchmark, as the 3D Mark Vintage benchmark goes, 5,870 on the benchmark, that's great. That's enough power. That is enough power to do any kind of graphics that you basically want and need. Now on the CPU side, it's rumored that at first it was supposed to be a Power 7, but later on, Nintendo must have recognized that, hey, the Power 7 might be too hard for developers to get a grasp of it. So how about let's do this? Let's go with the Broadway chip that's in the Wii U, and let's just make it, let's make 3 cores of them, and let's make it powerful, and let's keep the same architect that's that's in the Wii, so developers can port their games over and make their games on more faster and get them running more faster on the Wii U. And we can let the GPU side handle the bronze and the graphics, on that side. I know a lot of developers are saying, well, two developers so far are saying that the clock speed, is low on the Wii U. And it's simple, guys. Those developers that they talk to, some of them probably had old dev kits. And Nintendo is not going to release all the power, on those dev kits. I think the first person was the Tekken guy. He said that the clock speed, was low on there. And the other guy was the Tecmo, the Tecmo guy. He said that the clock speed, was low, and he had to get used, to the hardware. Like I said, the Tekken guy, now it's no problem. The game is up and running. The game is up and running. It's not finished, but it's still up and running, and it looks pretty good to me. It looks a little bit better than the Xbox 360 and the PS3. And the same thing with the Dynasty Wars game. I'm not a big fan of it. But he said, the clock speed was low, and he couldn't get all the players on the screen like how he would. But you gotta understand, you just got hold you just put the game on there, and you just got hold developing the game. So I can guarantee you that the clock speed is not an issue with the final units. I can guarantee you that. But like I said, the developers, they are used to putting all their codes on the CPU when they're developing for the Xbox 360. That's what and the PS3. That's what they're used to. They're used to putting all their codes on the CPU, on the CPU side. But Nintendo is kind of doing something different. They're saying, how about this? How about you guys put your games on the Wii U, but let the GPU, our GPU is strong. Let our GPU, handle, the bronze of it, and our CPU can handle, the rest of it. So that way you can get your games on there fast and don't have to worry about putting all these codes, on the game. That's why they signed with Green Hill Software. Green Hill Software, what it helps is it helps with the debugging, optimizing coding more quickly, and reducing development and cost time. That's why they signed with Green Hill. Speed. Speed, speed, speed. Speed kills. That's what you want to do. You want to get your game on there fast and quick. And if you guys look at Tecmo and see how fast that they got that game on the Wii U, running the Dynasty Wars game on the Wii U and running less than a month that they had to show at this upcoming show. That was quick. You wouldn't have been able to do that on Xbox 360 or the PS3. You wouldn't have been able to do that. And you wouldn't have been able to do that on an Xbox 720 or the PS4. Not with the structure that they're going to. You wouldn't be able to do it. So Nintendo is picking speed. They're picking speed. Same thing with them signing with Unity. A lot of people are going, they're saying, the Xbox 720 is going to be the lead developer of choice, for the next console. I beg to differ. I beg to differ with that. With Nintendo signing that Unity deal, what that do is it gives you the same tools that you're using for Unreal Engine 4, but at a cheaper cost. You get the same graphics, but at a cheaper cost. Less coding at a cheaper cost. So Nintendo is going with speed versus bronze this time. Yes, in order for you to, to make, a Zelda game, back in the day, it probably would have took you 5 to 6 years. How about this time? It may take you 2.5 to 3 years. That's cutting time out dramatic to me. I think Nintendo is making some good moves and being real quiet about it. Like I said before, Nintendo's played chess, not checkers. Now, I understand that a lot of people, they're into graphics. They're into graphics. I like graphics too, but I'm just being realistic. I'm being realistic with this whole thing. I think Nintendo has a real good machine that's gonna come out and it's gonna be competitive. It's gonna be competitive. I'm not gonna say it's gonna have the best graphics, in the world. No, I'm not saying that. But I think when the Xbox 720 come out and the PS4 come out, they're going to have problems. Because Nintendo is going to be able to pump games out faster than you will be able to do on the Xbox 720 in the PS4. Just like I said before, a while back in my videos, when the Xbox came out and they copied the PlayStation 3 card and said, hey, we want the same card that's in the PS4, but architected so developers can develop on it, more better. Well, this is what Nintendo is doing. Hey, look at the PS4, PS3, and the Xbox, 360 cards. Let's develop a card that developers can develop on easy and get their games running on just as fast. And that's what they're doing. They're going speed over bronze. be able, you can put your games on the Wii U. It's going to be cheaper for you to put your games on there. You're going to get the same graphics as the Xbox 720 and as the PS4, compatible to them. You're going to get the graphics compatible to them, and it's going to be cheaper for you to make your games on. Now, how are you going to be able to beat that? Tell me. Leave your comments in the comment section. How are you going to be able to do that? You're getting better graphics for less money. You're getting better tools for less money. You don't have to have 50 to 100 people working on a game. You don't have to have that. You can break your team up and work on multiple games because you know on the Wii U it's going to be cheaper. You know that. Leave your comments in the comments box. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And you guys have a nice day. Peace.